if y'all are good to go, I'll go ahead and give you guys a countdown.
Okay.
From 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty, and we are off. Did Reizu reset again? Oh, Reizu's too big for his box there. Let me refit. I guess I missed that. There we go. Resizing on the fly. I don't know if that's professional or unprofessional, but anyways.
Yeah, it's all good.
It is what it is. Ty Kevin's here, Amoeba's here. What's going on, y'all? I tweeted out the races starting, or the tournament starting today, so if y'all want to put out some retweets, I would appreciate it.
I actually just followed you on Twitter and retweeted, so.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay. What's going on, Collins? Yo, did you notice that Proto? Did you notice that Proto does not have the palm tree? Despawn the palm tree. Hell
Wait,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing that happens very rarely, and I don't know what causes it, but sometimes it's just some objects don't spawn in.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's really weird. So Proto with the ultimate lag reduction strat of removing polygons from the screen.
That's only something that a god tier SM64 player would be able to handle. Right. Not very surprised.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we'll see Liam Kings do that in his next race.
Liam Kings will be removing entire cutscenes from the game. He's just too pro.
He's too good. Okay, but anyways, so here we are on beach. We got Reizu versus Protoman, both of which are pretty new runners. Both Proto and Reizu both started playing this game like at AGDQ. like seriously, at AGDQ is when they both started. Reizu, I think, technically has a little bit more time with it because I think he picked up the game with the intention of speedrunning it later last year. But he just never really got too much progress with it. So here he is sitting down and actually learning the round. So
should be an interesting matchup. Proto definitely the favorite to win. He is managed to get a really solid time in a short amount of the actual time he's playing the game. But Reizu's been practicing quite a bit, so should be interesting to see how this one plays out. I'm not really sure the consistency of Proto. I've never really watched him play this game.
Yeah, I've seen him in his stream before, and he seems pretty consistent. But maybe I think he messes up on a couple things. Like I think I remember him having some trouble with like Weave and Bell and stuff.
Right.
So we'll see if he can manage to, get a handle on that.
Right. Looks like we're both going to get early electrodes out of the runners. Finished with 22.5, so looking really solid so far.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because these guys are actually, okay, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. They're not that far off in skill, right? Like, Reizu has definitely not put as many attempts into the game as Proto has. But I know that Reizu has the knowledge, right? I know that he has it up top, so he knows what to do, and maybe he just needs more time with the game.
Right. But, looking at his splits, it looks like he loses a lot of time in cave, just kind of based off of where I knew I was at in terms of when I was around a 22. Loses a bit of time in cave. So if he can manage to hit at least a normal cycle Weave and Bell, he should be looking to save a lot of time.
Let's see here.
But shaping up to be a pretty solid tunnel, it looks like, from both runners here so far.
So far, so good. Again, yeah, you're right. It is pretty early on to tell exactly, but I think we'll see some good stuff here.
So I noticed a lot of the newer runners are throwing the Pokeball a little early at the electrode there, which isn't too great for the Kakuna. Loses out on a couple 100 points. Not a huge deal, but those can add up.
It does add up a lot. Something people don't think about is that, sometimes you can not get, Zero Pick Valley by 500 points. It's like, you know what? There really is a way to get 500. There's you're losing like 100 points on 5 different Pokemon, like easy. That could be the difference between getting Zero Pick Valley and not. And that's something that really separates the top runners from like the good runners, you know.
Exactly. Yep. That actually happened to me in my exhibition versus CJ yesterday. I missed Zero Pick Valley by 500 points and easily avoidable. So it does add up.
So Otter wants to say, let's talk about Proto's seed placement. So with the signups, I locked in all the seeds and times about a week before the tournament. Well, actually, it was like a week and a half before the tournament started. And since then, a lot of runners have PB'd. I think even a new world record has happened since then. So the seeds are not perfectly accurate to the leaderboards, but they were accurate to the leaderboards at the time that I locked the seeds in about a week and a half ago, like on Monday. So, not entirely representative of their current skill levels, but again, you know, it was at the time. So there's a couple of small seed movements. Let's see, Quo would be moved from 3rd to 1st, and then Drogi and Levon would be moved down to 2nd and 3rd, respectively. And yeah, Ty Kevin's improved by like 6 minutes from his leaderboard time, and a lot. Like, yeah, exactly. I said Quo got a world record, so he PP'd by 5 seconds. So there have been some seed movements. Nothing like insane, you know, like maybe 1 or 2 spots up or down. Nothing crazy. So I still think the seeds are going to be fine. And we'll still see some really good matches, and nothing will be terribly off.
I'm impressed with Reizu's tunnel there. That was pretty solid. He took a couple extra pictures, but he's looking pretty solid on points.
Yeah, I think he took 2 pictures of Magneton just to make sure that he got it.
He unfortunately missed the double points on the Magneton there, but
did he? I don't know if he picked the first or the second one.
He picked the first one.
His second one was centered, and I guess he forgot that he took it, or he didn't want a menu over there.
Yeah, it can be a little deceiving in terms of like I feel like even though you don't get a red dot, it looks a little better sometimes than the red dot. So maybe he thought the red dot was going to be a little worse, but probably would have gotten double points, and he would have looked at a pretty solid early Moltres. But he'll probably just go for poseless, lose about 5 seconds. Not a crazy huge deal.
Alrighty, I got confirmation from CJ. He was in fact asleep, like I thought he was.
Classic CJ.
It's all good though. It's his day off. You know, you gotta get a nap in sometimes.
Exactly.
Oh, Proto, nice. Proto barely making that Charmander.
He's gonna feed the Charmeleon. Interesting.
Lots of people do it. I don't agree with it. Ooh, you know what? Reizu took that picture before he made it to the apple.
Yep.
So I don't think that Charmander picture is gonna be very good. So we're gonna see how that turns out.
Yeah. We'll see what he does here.
Yeah, you'll see some of the skill gap coming up here, where like Proto was able to perfectly time it so that the Charmander was eating the apple and everything was working out, and Reizu was attempting to do the same thing, and he's gonna falter here.
His Vulpix is looking a little weak as well. I don't know how he went for the lemon strap, but just didn't get quite close enough on the Vulpix there.
Okay, Proto with 73 coming out of Volcano.
That 340 Charmander is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, it's too bad. He should have, you know, and that's like you said, the skill gap kind of shows itself there. You know, probably should have waited for the post Moltres there. If you think your Charmander is gonna be weak,
well, he might not have thought. He might have thought it was gonna be perfectly fine. And
yeah. Good backup though. The jumping Poliwag net him like probably 2,500 points hopefully here.
Yeah, this is the thing though, is that with jumping Poly, you normally have to drift to the side.
Yeah, he missed it. That might be a reset. We might see a reset from Reizu here. He's gonna go for it. Okay.
He's gonna keep going. Okay.
Interesting. Maybe he just wants to get around the board here. I know CC doesn't agree with that, but you know, maybe just get some of those those tournament jitters kind of out of his system.
I don't inherently think it's a bad idea. You know, everyone has their own strategies. Whatever works, right? It's just that I don't. Oh gosh. Okay. Maybe you reset on this one.
Yeah, when you're against someone of Protoman's caliber, you know, and he's gonna take the reset. That's a good call on his end.
Yeah.
You know, Protoman just this speedrunner kind of experience over Reizu, I think here. When you're familiar with how speed games work and just how to efficiently practice and whatnot, there's definitely an advantage to be had.
I'm getting my notes out here, make sure I got everyone set up here with Reizu has 1 reset so far.
Yep.
Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can't switch audios.
It was an impressive start for Reizu there up until that mistake on Volcano, but that's really where the skill gap I think starts to show. Is really at Volcano.
Yeah, he got wagged. He went for the jumping polywag twice, and both times he went too early or like not close enough, or whatever, and so it just didn't count as like a 2,000 point, which is what he needed.
But hopefully, they'll have Proto get a Cloister here. We'll see how he does. But that Porygon looks pretty solid, and no Cloister as of yet. Might see a reset from him here.
Is that a third? No, that's no Cloister here.
He's gonna go for the Jinx.
I guess so. So something to keep in mind is that, so we're talking about reset stuff, right? With Reizu, in his case, with not getting the jumping polywag the first time, going back for it a second time, that would lose him like 15 seconds, which in the grand scheme of things isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Cloister here is going to lose Proto 30 seconds, and he's still going to continue it. So I definitely agree with sort of like getting a run finished and then worrying about improving it. I definitely understand that strategy, and I approve of it. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's like you don't want to finish a run that's going to be like significantly too slow. After the second polywag, it's like, okay, see, now you just wasted 30 plus seconds for no reason. It's like, okay, yeah, well, time to let's get resets. Let's use it.
Exactly. If you're comfortable with your skill and you're confident that you're going to be consistent, maybe taking a 10-second time loss isn't the worst thing in the world, so long as you can make up for it in the rest of your splits. Maybe not save time, but at least not lose any more.
Right.
Ooh, Proto missing the Ditto there. See if he can save it here. Probably should be good to go. Yep, looks okay.
Not optimal, but not terrible. That's serviceable. That's what we would say. Yeah. Let's see here. Reizu 22,200. Not bad. Yeah, that's like a 1 or 2 second time loss if you wait for the electrode. Now it's down to how knowledgeable is Reizu of the cycles, right?
Yes, exactly.
How is Reizu going to handle this? Does he know? Has he practiced? That looks pretty good. The first like 300 points are really, really weird. So between 1,500 and 1,800, it's a really sort of slow build. And then as soon as he hits the 1,800, it just jumps up. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Exactly. He's good to go.
Perfect.
So
calculated.
We're seeing a Weeping Snipe setup. Oh, I don't think he's going to go for it. No, Proto's not going to go for the Weeping Snipe.
Oh, yeah, he looked like he was going to. You did a little pump fake there.
Yep.
It probably would have worked, though. That was a good cycle, but I think he just didn't. I think he missed the lineup, and he was like, you know what? I'm not going to risk it.
Not worth hitting the coughing there. That's a run killer.
Oh, also he has to get Jinx. That's what he was.
Oh, that's correct. Yep.
I'm dumb. You're right. That he forgot about that, or he probably remembered at the last second. Like, oh, hang on.
Yeah, exactly. That Victory Bell looked questionable. Hopefully, it'll land on some points because with the normal cycle Weeping Bell and Victory Bell on top of the Jinx. Although the Jinx isn't too many points, he should be looking at a no pick valley here, or maybe a 1 pick. I didn't quite catch how many points he had coming in the cave, but
let's see what his strategy is here. Ooh, he's not going for the early Jinx strat, which is what it's sort of a new and uncharted territory.
It's risky.
It is a little risky, but if you take like 4 pictures, that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Or even more than that. You can take like 6.
Victory Bell should be good to go.
Oh, all those Jinx counted, so.
Okay, cool.
It's good. Jinx is a strange one.
Yeah, it's just better. It's just more safe to get the red dot. Might as well kind of just solidify the fact that you reach your 40.
We got solid points here because he's not going for the the Weeping Bell Snipe 128. Yeah, he got a lot of points there. He got what 26k.
Yeah.
Score. So that's really, really strong.
Yep, it's looking solid. I like I said, curious to see the consistency of Proto here. 21-25 is really solid for a time, but what is his average run, what is he getting, and it'll be interested to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll probably have to subtract about 30 seconds just due to the fact that there was no cloister, but maybe he's confident in his in any, you know, his time with the Jinx, and
right.
maybe he thinks that'll be enough to, you know, get the W here.
I need to fix my command that says the stream group, not the streamer group.
Uh-oh.
Let's check out Reizu's magnets here, and then I got some ad to read.
Looks solid.
Taking it safe, but
Yep.
it's good apple throws, good setup, good points on those. So
It looks good
good
to
work,
go.
good work, Reizu. All right. So by the way, this tournament is brought to you by the Streamer Group. The Streamer Group store has merchandise from some of their favorite streamers, such as CC Never Render. That's me. Calcium Lemon, Danimal Sounds, and Squidbird. Support your favorite streamers by visiting thestreamergroup.com. If you use offer code MEW, you get 15% off your entire order. That's offer code MEW, MEW, like the Pokemon. And at checkout, you get 15% off your entire order. So thank you for the Streamer Group for sponsoring this tournament. I should have got Pokemon Snap Tournament t-shirts, which is not entirely out of the question.
Ooh, he really got kind of screwed over on that Zubat there.
Yeah,
That wasn't
not
a double
2
point.
times.
That was, you know, I disagree with it. We'll have to bring it up with the
Bring up Professor Oak.
we'll have to bring it up with Oak later. That was, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah.
You know, and those mistakes, those little tiny mistakes are so punishing. He could have gotten an early Moltres both times.
Yep.
You know, provided he had a good volcano, and just, you know, 54 just probably won't cut it. He'd have to. I don't think it's possible. It's possible, but I wouldn't, you know, consider very likely. But we'll see how Proto is lining up for the. He's gonna go for the Squirtle picture. Good call. We'll see how he does with the Mankey snipe here.
Mm-hmm. By the way, shoutouts to Candy out here. Candy is 50% off. Yeah, Candy is over here with links and stuff in the chat. I appreciate that.
Oh, he's going for the one Pester Ball Mankey snipe.
Now let's go.
Wow.
Kobe.
I am pleasantly surprised. That was really cool. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that.
Yeah. CJ did it in his exhibition where he PB'd.
Really?
Yep.
I must have missed that. Because I was racing him.
Yep.
That was a great setup.
Quo's got a video, and I think CJ himself even made a little video of him doing it. So
I might start trying that. That's better than my 8 Pester Ball wind up.
Honestly, it's the reason that we throw so many is because the timing is just right, so that if you set everything up right and you keep throwing at like the fastest possible rate, you'll eventually throw one on the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But you can kind of just, you know, if you know where to throw, you can just throw one and you hit it. You know.
Yeah.
What I've done is that now that I know where to throw, I do the sort of toss until I get to that spot, and then I start adjusting my aim to only hit in that spot. And
Right.
Usually if I miss the first one, I get like a second or a third as like a backup. So
All right, so looking solid on points for Reizu here. First sign going really well for Proto. I'm not surprised watching his gameplay. It's been really, really solid so far.
Ooh, Reizu with a menu mistake here.
Yep. You know, but he did get a big boy gold on his tunnel there.
Nice. Okay,
And
cool.
actually his,
Reizu's got plenty of
Poliwag.
points. And he didn't have two returns to Poliwag there, so that's good.
Yep.
So we're gonna see let's see what Reizu's gonna push out for us today.
Now I'm interested about Proto's strat there for the river sign. Does that save any time, lose any time? What's the difference between stopping the cart?
There's not. Okay, so the only real difference, so there's no time difference between when it the sign is visible, right? There's no angle that's better than any other angle. But if you can continuously do lag reduction and keep the cloud or the smoke off screen, then they're the same.
Yep.
Personally, I think it's easier to do that if you stop the cart or slow it down as soon as it starts, you know, as soon as the Vileplume comes out. But I mean, in the end, it's whatever your preference is.
Right. See the setup he uses for this tunnel skip. No lag reduction, but
I was doing the 1-2.
Interesting. I think I use your strat, the one that you did on your beginner tutorial, and it's been pretty great for me.
Yeah,
looking like that Pikachu's gonna bite.
Quo has corrected me many times that I am not the person who created that. Somebody else. The people have been doing that for a while. I don't know if I heard the audio cue.
No, he missed it.
I'm thinking he did.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he did miss it.
He notices it. Yep, he's gonna reset or restart.
I'm glad he noticed it. That's a pretty solid, substantial time loss, especially with the missed out cloister. He's gonna be adding probably about a minute here. Total, as in not with that mistake. That mistake probably cost him maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah, 20 or 30 seconds for sure.
I would, if I were him, see that one. It might work, but
will for sure work. But you got to know when to start the flute. Okay, there we go. I use the lines on the floor. Like there's those little straight lines across the bottom. There's a specific one that I start on, and I know that if it's in time, I know that.
So Reizu hits the cloister. Not really sure why he took an extra picture of a shelter. Maybe he wasn't confident in his other shelter. I didn't quite notice it on his screen there. Interesting though. I think he got second cloister, so he could have made up some time, but he took a little too long waiting for the shelter. Curious to see what is no lag reduction here. Oh, he's just going straight on. Okay, I see what happened. I see what happened with Reizu. Yikes. He didn't get the slowpoke to bite.
Oh.
So yeah. His picture of the slowpoke was super far off. I'm not really sure. Oh, when he got a 6. Ooh.
I think he just messed up on those pictures there. But I mean, he made it through and got a cloister, so he just needs to make up a few more pictures and a lot more pictures in Valley. Ooh.
Yeah, he's gonna need a couple 2-tree pictures here. But
all right, let's see what Proto's got here. I'm gonna estimate 22-20. Oh, Reizu with the reset. Reizu is on 2 resets now.
Did he use the wrong character or something, or?
I'm sorry?
Why did he reset? He just reset that run completely. Okay. Yeah. I missed that. I was watching Mew. Probably a good call. I feel like he thought maybe he couldn't make that up, which it would have been difficult.
It definitely would have been hard to come back from that. Wouldn't have been impossible, but
Proto's guessing right side. It's always left side. Mew always pops out on the left side.
Confirmation bias. But with Reizu, Reizu lost like 8,000 points in River. So, all right, Proto here. 34. Boom, 22-34 from Protoman. 22-34. Alrighty. Okay, well, ball is in Reizu's court now. He's got to make sure that he gets a run finished.
Yes. So I'm interested that Proto decided to finish that run. Interested as to why. You know, I feel like the real strat would be to get the cloister. Make sure you get that cloister and, you know, finish the run solidly. But at least you got one on the board. Mm-hmm. Maybe those potential nerves are kind of quelled, so to speak.
Yeah, I think because it does put a little bit of pressure off of him now that he has a completed run, and now he just has to worry about, like, you know, can he just improve it? So a couple things is that during his exhibition match, Proto specifically said that his strategy is go in, finish your first run, get a time on the board, and then worry about improving it later on, right? So, so we're seeing that in action here, where even though it was almost a minute behind his PB, or about a minute behind his PB, he just decided, you know what, we're going to finish it, even though we messed up tunnel, and even though we messed up without getting cloister. You know, that's a free minute of time save that he has. Yep. So he'll be attempting to beat that now.
Yep. And you know, maybe with Reizu's PB here being 2207, on average, I'd say, like, you know, you're maybe getting 15 seconds over your PB on the average run, maybe a little more. Mm-hmm. He feels like maybe he's confident in, you know, a 22:30 will work. It will win me this race.
Right. But I mean, it's entirely possible. Like, let's say Proto just can't get another run going. Reizu could essentially get something close to his PB time, and he could beat Proto in this match.
Yeah,
that's not out of the question.
You know, we're 15 minutes until the point of no return here, so we'll see. Reizu gonna go with the big boy Electrode. I didn't see how many points he left Beach with, but you know, disappointing that first run kind of fell apart for Reizu there, because it was shaping up to be really solid. I was really impressed with his gameplay up until Volcano.
3K? That's enough. All right. Reizu is going on with apples here. Ooh, Proto not getting a good Butterfree. That's pretty...
Unfortunate. Probably like a 2800 Butterfree, not looking great.
But again, like in this situation, it's like, yeah, it's 2800, you're right. He has a free minute of time save later on the run. He might just take the, you know, the 3 or 4 second time loss here in apples and just go ahead and keep on trucking, you know?
Yep.
So H-Whale to follow. H-Whale coming up next.
There we go. Yeah, you know, the thing about races, and if people aren't familiar with, you know, competitive racing and speedrunning or anything really, it's you're not trying to PB, you're not trying to get your best run ever, you're trying to beat your opponent, and each opponent you're going to go in with a different strategy. You know what you have to do for each opponent, or at least, you know, you kind of have to take it into consideration, like, how are they going to play, what is their consistency like, you know, what are the chances they're going to, you know, smack a PB out of the park. There's a bunch of different factors that go into it, so maybe Proto is just kind of 200 IQing this race here, and he kind of knows what to expect out of Reizu.
I don't know if Reizu's been streaming much lately, so I don't know if he has any sort of inside data, but some intel. But I mean, I think he's just going to try to improve his PB here. That's I don't know. That's all he can do. He's got 30 more minutes. He might as well.
Exactly. You know, Reizu, I did talk to him briefly. I mean, he's been popping in my stream a lot lately, and we've been talking and whatnot. He's been not super confident with his tunnel. He's been practicing his tunnel quite a bit, and I have been fairly impressed. It shows, obviously, he got I think a 3-second gold earlier, so he's been practicing those magnets, making sure that Zubat is solid. His Zubat, unfortunately, didn't look great in this tunnel, but he can still probably snag an early Moltres, or I'm sorry, a post Moltres. Quo would probably call it an early Moltres, but I would call it poseless. Still not sure the exact vernacular when it comes to Moltres.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just call it early. There's early, there's poseless, and there's post.
Well, a lot of the old hat runners. So just to clear up some stuff, like with a lot of people from before my time, like who started in like 2014, 2013 or so, the terms were there was Moltres, right, with the pose, and then there was early Moltres, which is without the pose, and there was early Moltres, which was the one coming out of the lava that's like 500 points.
Right.
And so I guess it sort of became, the normal was to take the pose picture, and then you take it a little earlier, and then a new one was taken even earlier, so they added more earlies. And so like with apples, they used to call it early apples, right? It was whenever you would get like the earliest Electrode to get apples. Protoman not getting Magneton. Reizu with 56. Yeah. Just to get back into the match here, Reizu with 56k coming out of tunnel, which means he had a really solid deal. I guess he didn't mess up Zubat this time.
Yeah, I guess that Zubat was better than I thought it was. Jeez.
All right.
But you know, he can snag the early Moltres here.
No one unironically called it early, or they all ironically, quote unquote. That's what I'm getting from Quo here, but I don't know if I can believe that.
So, question here: does looking at that smoke that Reizu's looking at right now, does that have any lag there?
I can only imagine that it does, but it honestly doesn't seem like that much. But I generally try to avoid it. Yeah. A lot of times, since we don't have any accurate ways to like measure exactly how many lag frames something causes, we generally just have like a better safe than sorry approach. which is why we look up all the time, right? There are some levels, like I think River is actually fairly lag-free. Like there's not a lot of lag on that level. So if you were looking down most of the time, it probably wouldn't affect your time much.
Right.
But again, we just like don't even handle that. Don't even worry about it.
He should go for early here. He knows that, and he gets it. That looked like a pretty solid volcano. I would expect him to come out of here with at least 73,000 points. That was
his Charmander cycle or Charmander Magmar fight thing was pretty solid. So
made a mistake there.
Ooh, yeah, he'll be all right. Small time loss.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. He fed the Charmeleon. He's gonna net probably an extra 800 points off of that. Really solid.
Is that you with the Discord notifications?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have gotten dinged. I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I was a couple, maybe like.
Do I have 2 Discords open? No. Okay. Weird. Oh, you know what? I bet it's coming through on Reizu's end.
Oh, okay, that's possible.
Or Protoman's end. It's funny. Okay.
I think we're probably going to see gold here out of his. I wonder if he's ever hit. Yeah, that's a gold. 3.6 seconds.
I got you, YCC. You got me one what? I don't understand. Oh, a notification. Oh, I got you. No, I have everything muted right now, so I don't hear notification sounds. Like whenever you pinged me, I didn't hear anything. I saw the note.
Yeah, I don't have Discord notifications.
The only other logical explanation would be it's Protoman and he has his sounds on.
Right. So
Proto really with 22,300, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you're saying?
Not bad. Impressed with Reizu so far. Nice gold. Using the Squidbird Slowpoke strat here. See how it works out for him. 7 apples. Lobbed up in the air. We'll see if it hits. I wonder if that's what the issue was last time. Maybe he didn't get the Slowpoke to bite with that strat.
It seemed like he didn't get Shelder, or he didn't get the picture when Shelder was biting, and he went with the bad Slowbro. Yeah. Okay, see this one he totally nailed it. He nailed the the Slowpoke cycles. Or,
he could really. This is really solid time so far for him. He's on a pretty solid pace. He's 2.7 seconds ahead, but he's doing really well on points. I could picture him potentially PBing if he plays really well and maybe gets a 1 or a no pick Valley. He's gonna go for the 2 Metapods here. Seems to have kind of found his stride a little bit. Kind of rough start, but that tunnel was the tunnel was iffy. The beach is kind of what really lost him a little bit of time, but he can make up for it.
I think Reizu runs against his sum of best. So
he does.
So if it looks like he's ahead, that means he's 2 seconds behind. That means he's 2 seconds behind his sum of best right now. So that's pretty solid.
Yep. His sum of best right now is 22:03 for those watching that don't have the luxury of having the splits up, but nailing that second cloister, waiting for the spin around, gonna land those double points. Beautiful, well played. Those Collins 200s in the chat.
There we go, Colin 200.
Those are another slight menu mistake on Reizu's end. But
that keeps happening. I think I'm trying to remember what controller he uses. I don't know if he has any controller issues. I think he might have some weird controller issue.
But
it happens.
Man, really solid river. I'm impressed. That was
CJ out here.
Good. CJ woke up from his nap. Had a little too much to drink after his last PB last night. Getting a little tired.
Reizu is on GameCube? Okay. He might not be used to the GameCube controller adapter then. That might be what it is. 106 coming out of River. That's actually really solid point.
Yes.
Is Proto going to be able to successfully navigate these magnets here? Okay, looks good. Looks good so far. Throw a second apple.
Got it. We'll see what those points are like.
I don't know if that's 2 times. It didn't look like it.
It didn't look like it, but if Reizu just has to get a time on the board, and it honestly looks like he could get the upset here.
Yeah, he's really close. He's really close to his sum of best, which is I think what's really going to push him over the edge.
Yeah, that Ditto was a little janky. He had to take 2 pictures. That's gonna slightly mess up his menuing, but this Grimer being in a pretty solid spot for him. Gets in the muck. You know, Proto's he's got to get something a little better than a 22-30 on the board here to really get Reizu.
Let's see Proto's points here.
Looking pretty solid so far. Magikarp a little wonky, but
Magikarp's always unreliable.
yeah, he does get the double points in the Magneton.
Okay.
Coming out with 56, so he's on a good pace right now.
He's also got good points. Reizu not going for Weeping Snipe.
I don't blame him if he hasn't practiced it. No point in going for anything that you haven't tried before. So nailing that Jigglypuff. Ouch. Ooh.
Oh, does he miss it? Oh, okay. He got juked.
It stopped. It kind of juked him out a little bit.
Okay. But he still got it though. Okay. Sometimes that happens and people like overcorrect and then they miss the whole thing and it's like, oh gosh, you poor soul.
I have lost a countless amount of runs.
Just broken ankles left and right.
Yep. Hate to see it.
Gotta go fast, says Nova in chat. Indeed.
So we're looking at a no-pick valley for Proto here, I would assume, if provided everything else is good.
Do you mean Reizu?
I'm sorry, yes. Yes.
Okay, I assume that's what you meant.
Yeah, no-pick valley, nice. Fat goal.
Wow. 131.9 coming out of cave here. Which is really interesting because zero pick valley saves a good amount of time.
It does.
Ooh, Protoman screwing up the... Sorry, I keep switching back and forth.
Yeah.
I hope it goes for Pose list because I think he's going to lose a lot of points on that Charmander.
He might be going for Pose. Oh, he's going to go for Pose list. He's going to go for Pose, okay. Yeah, quote saying that at this pace with a good signs Reizu could hit sub 22. I agree.
Yeah.
He's on a 22:01 pace right now, but I doubt his PB had a no pick valley. If anything, it was probably a 1 or 2.
What I think is interesting about no pick valley is that it's like a weird gap where without Weeping Snipe, it's actually not that hard, but with Weeping Snipe, it's really hard. So if you try to go for the most optimal route, it's like the trick becomes it's easy, then it's hard, then easy, or not easy, but you know what I mean, like it's you see it common, then there's like a middle area where it's really hard to get, and then you see it a bit more often, and then the higher ups play.
Yeah, I mean obviously the one you really want is Weeping Snipe with a no pick valley. I think that's the dream. I don't know how often that's achieved, but probably insanely difficult. But Reizu's just gotta reduce that lag here. Check his micro angles, make sure everything's good to go.
You know, I'm being bullied in here. I'm being cyber bullied.
Where's Xerix? Maybe Xerix can talk to us about some micro angle stuff.
No, man, it's my thesis. Y'all are making fun of me right now. I thought y'all loved Benny and CC.
Oh, that's true. I do love Benny.
And I'm the Benny of Snap, apparently. So I've been told.
You are the Benny of Snap. I think that was the most.
Thank you, Nova.
Accurate thing. Yeah, Quo thinking that Proto's PB is too optimized to go for regular Moltres. I think he's right.
It looks like... Okay.
Well, I was going to say, hopefully he hits this Squirtle here. That's really the last thing that he needed to do. And we'll see about the Mankey Snipe. What is he going to do? He's going to go for the... Not really set up Mankey Snipe.
Oh, no, I don't think he has any idea where Mankey is. He's way to the left.
Yep.
There we go.
Dragging a little to the left there, but...
it's still faster than a... It's not a good snipe, but not a bad one.
No, he definitely has a lot of time to save here, provided he gets a solid signs and a decent Mew fight. I think we're looking at a sub 22 for him.
What I think is interesting about like these tournament settings is that you know, sometimes people crack under pressure, but then at the same time, you know, sometimes with a little bit of pressure, you need you know, diamonds need pressure in order to be made. So you gotta
exactly.
So sometimes putting the pressure on somebody really brings out the best of them.
Right.
I think I'm one of those people where I almost perform better under pressure than I do normally. So
No, I definitely agree. I didn't really showcase it yesterday in the match against Ty Kevin, but typically when I race, I'm a little more focused than I am hanging out with chat and whatnot. So
yeah, there's more on the line, and that really makes you really dig in.
exactly.
And I think Reizu might be one of those people as well, where now that he's in a tournament match where it really counts, I think he has the potential to do a really solid run. He's gotten 3 gold splits already this run, and he's saved 4, 2, and 5. He's saved, what is that, 11 seconds so far. He's over his sum of best, right? So it's really solid coming from Reizu.
Yep. The fact that he right now, is on such a solid pace at his sum of best is a very good, looking very good. His sum of best right now 21:56, best possible time. Currently we're looking at 22:09. So we'll see if Quo is right and he gets that sub 22, but I think it's possible.
Personally, I think he's really gonna get a really low 22, maybe match like Penguin and CJ, in that range there. I don't think he's gonna get sub 22.
Yeah, nothing to really bat an eye at either. 22, solid race time, especially when your PB before that is like 22 something else.
Did Proto get Cloister? I think he did, didn't he?
He did get a Cloister. Yep, he got second Cloister.
Sorry, I was focusing on Reizu when we were talking about that.
Yeah, it's always exciting to watch a runner potentially PB. I think here, honestly, I think it's free. He saved so much time. But it really just goes to show like how there are levels to this. There are people that 2209 is like, ooh, that was a bad one, but for a lot of runners that's a fantastic run. So we'll see what he does here, but there are indeed levels to this game.
Indeed. I get a lot of people who are like, how can you speedrun this game? It's like you don't understand, man. Like there are levels to everything, and it doesn't look like it on the outside, but like when you really get down into it, like
not gonna bite.
There's a lot of stuff. Ooh,
I don't think it's gonna bite. I think it's
wait, I see the egg moving.
No, he's just gonna redo it.
Oh no, you're right.
I think that's gonna rip the PB, but I mean he could still maybe beat Protoman's time, but Protoman looking like this run is.
Quo, don't do it. Don't do it. There's 7 levels to this game, indeed. There's a beach, a tunnel, and a volcano level as well.
Ah, man, Reizu, you gotta slow down, buddy. Just get the time on the board. There you go.
Yeah, you took it safe, that one.
Yeah, you can tell Quo is definitely some sort of psychopath. His favorite level being volcano. Objectively the worst level in the game. Quo's psychopath confirmed.
What's the best level then, in your opinion?
Best level? I love Tunnel Sign. I think Tunnel Sign is the most fun, but like that's my favorite split. My favorite level, that's hard. I think Tunnel's cool. I don't know. River. River's chilling. I love River.
River is pretty chill. The only thing that sucks is Cloister.
Yeah, that's true. But we found out that if you use Colin 200, you get a free Cloister every time, so not as big of a deal anymore.
Okay. Did Proto get? What was his points? I've been looking at Reizu this whole time.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping for the PB.
We're terrible commentators.
Ah, man. Someone grab CJ.
He's over here like, what are all the points?
Unfortunately, for Proto or for Reizu here, that it's gonna be rip PB, but
that's okay. You don't always have the PB, Yeah. But he's put a solid show on.
Man,
if it wasn't for that,
nothing.
Yeah, nothing to shake a stick at. If he hadn't messed up the tunnel sign split where he had to reset it, I think he would have had a really solid run here. Yeah. The question is this going to be enough to beat Protoman? And it's going to come in close, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
You don't think so?
It's generally about 15 seconds from when he takes the picture. And we're just past that. It's going to be very close, though. I'm telling you.
Oh, big oof right there.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, see.
Yeah, no. We're looking at probably 22-41, maybe.
Really,
22-40.
really close match, by the way.
Yep.
You know, times
22-44.
22:44. Yep,
Four.
that's it.
Yep.
22:44. That is really, really close. That's only 10 seconds off.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but Proto is gonna finish out this run, so we'll see what he gets.
I'm trying to think.
I love this Mankey snipe.
Yeah. If
He's gonna throw a couple.
It's unfortunate, but if Reizu is Proto on PB pace, I don't think he is.
I don't think so. He doesn't have any splits up on here, but he got second Cloister, and he got posed Moltres, so it's not really looking like he's on PB pace here.
I'll ping him real quick, make sure that
Yeah,
if he wants to finish it, I'll let him finish. But
yeah, I'd be curious to see with a Cloister what he gets, because I wanted a kind of insight into his consistency, but it looks like he's probably going to end.
Oh, he stopped. Okay, I think I don't think I could PB, so I'll stop. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, dope. All right, let's go ahead and move into the interview section here. Hello. Reizu, how's it going? Hello, Reizu?
Proto, you got anybody in here?
Everyone, there's like 4 people in here and no one's chatting.
Is this thing on?
Oh.
No.
Hi, well. Alrighty, Reizu. You know, you were on a really, really solid pace, and you almost had that in the bag. But congratulations to both runners for putting on a really good match here. Hang on.
Yeah. I'm mad.
That's how it goes sometimes.
It happens. You know, if you hadn't messed up on the tunnel sign, I think you would have had that match.
No, I wouldn't. Proto was like, when I checked his end of his valley, he's like 20 seconds ahead of the pace I just had. So minimum. Enough. So he probably would have still beaten me, but I'm just frustrated because I missed out on a PB because of that. And I'm just like, I think I just hit flute just a little bit too early. Yep. Like I was like, Pikachu looks like it's close enough.
Yeah, I think it's your best bet there to work on a more consistent setup and just throw that extra apple. You never know, just can't hurt. So
again, I think the apple was close enough. I think I just hit the flute too early, so Pikachu stopped. And it was just just nervousness. So that sucks,
But look at on the bright side, you got 3 golds, definite PB on the way. You could potentially
even with that bad Mew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was my goal for today, to sub 22, because I know I could do it. Like, well, like you see here, like, okay, if I didn't miss out on that time, which I don't even know how much time I lost just from that Pikachu.
Probably about 35 seconds. Yeah. Probably 30. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can imagine, like, okay, then that's just like, I think I did early Moltres this time.
You did, yeah.
I was so frustrated my first 2 resets because I kept doing stupid little things.
So little mistakes add up. But
yeah.
But Proto, how you feeling, man? Congrats on the win, by the way. What are your thoughts of the match?
Reizu played really well, and I mean, if I didn't get that last Chloe, like, he basically had it in his own hands, and.
Well, yeah, I had to get lucky with the Cloister too, because I got
last Chloe, but...
I got 3rd Cloister too on my run, and I was just like, oh, just so good.
Yeah.
I think I wrote in chat like, yes. And then Nova said like, hey, like, focus.
It's such a good feeling when you're accepting your fate that there's gonna be no Cloys, and then he just emerges later than you ever expected.
Gloriously emerges.
But, like earlier, I was practicing like the throw the pester, then take a picture of Cloister. But like I was just too into race mode. It's like, oh no, I'm not gonna get this. That I didn't even think about it, and it popped up. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, oh, I could have saved time. It doesn't matter. I got the Cloister. I can do this.
Yeah. So Proto, what was your ideology going into the match? Did you just want to get one on the board and then kind of work to improve it from there?
Yeah, pretty much no matter what, I wanted to just finish the first run. Plus, you save a reset that way. But I was like flat pace. But then I did the same thing Reizu did, I guess, with the flute.
Right.
And
yeah, just a tad too early. There are a lot of consistent setups for that, but I'm curious. What are your average run times? Like, if you complete a run, what are you looking at? Because I know your PB is 21:25. But
yeah,
I haven't really
don't
seen
know. Because I just reset all the time, I guess. when I can't PB, I'm not usually in this race mode. So if I had to guess, probably low 22, maybe average. I don't know.
Right.
Does that include like non-cloys? Like, because then it would have to be pretty high.
Oh, I honestly, I don't. I reset a lot too, but especially if I don't get a cloister, I'm resetting. I mean, 99% of the time, unless I'm telling myself ahead of time that I'm gonna do a no reset. But
Right.
But I mean, overall, congrats, Protoman. Great race, dude.
Yeah,
Looking pretty
so
solid.
Yeah,
for me,
good game, Reizu. Good commentary. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Yeah, but for me though, I think my average completed run is I have no idea because I've only completed, I think, 2 runs that weren't PBs or 2 or 3 runs that weren't PBs. So like everything on the leaderboard plus 2 or 3 other runs.
Yeah, I think
and it's just I haven't ran it that much. Like I think I have less than, I don't know, 30 attempts total so far.
Yeah, it's just about getting that race mindset and really working on your backups and everything, and it'll get there. But I mean, you're not done. There's still the losers bracket. I'm not sure who you're gonna face. Probably, I think maybe the loser of me and Lemon.
I wonder who that'll be.
I'm not. It could go anyway, but it's probably gonna be me. So you never know.
Never know.
Never know.
You do never know.
We're here to find out. It's
didn't get a good run right there. I had a shot.
Yeah, you did have a shot, but
yeah.
That
tells you everything. He's a whole minute ahead of me, so who knows?
Yeah, definitely. But thanks a lot, Reizu. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks
CC,
you too.
I believe that